Hey everybody, and welcome to another day in Pulsechain Paradise. Sorry about the delay there, but we had a little problems with the old live button. But we are live now, and welcome to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum are really teasing us our bull market excitement. So the ETFs are coming, and the market is pricing into the market already, front running a lot of investors. So it's a good time, and you guys are already in the market, so that's fine. We're going to also talk about PUSD Algo Stablecoin Stability Miner. That news is ramping up as well. And of course, I've been talking about that quite a bit. We're going to keep talking about it for at least another months and months and months. But that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's say hello to a few people in the house. We got Lies Beneath. How are you today? Very good. Hex, Hex, PLS, X, and Center for the win, 100%. Now, we got a bit of a pullback today, so you can get a lot more of that volume. Remember the first year, just keep DCAing, as Johnny Chaos says. DCA and accumulate the volumes while you can. That's kind of the way to play that. Jay Pond in the house there, morning all, and good to see you. What else? We got Sandy Beach as well. Good to see Sandy Beach. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Yee-hee! We got Humberto as well. Cheers, Superman and RH family. Good to see Humberto. Brian's in the house, of course. Thanks to Brian. He sort of reminded me that I wasn't live, so it's good to have Brian saved today. Craig Pitt there, morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Humberto as well. Yo. Good to see you, Humberto. What else there? We've got a couple more comments. We've got Eddie in the house there. Calm before the storm. RH ecosystem calling up to pump up. That's right. I know it, Eddie. I know it. More pain before the gains. Morning from Brennan. Good to see you, Brennan. Who else is jumping in here? We got Harry Williams. Yo. Good to see Harry. Welcome to the chat as well. Who else has jumped in here? Again, scrolling through all this pretty fast now. We got a couple of more comments. Let's see here. Scrolling. I know all these people. So Pumpkin Owl in the house there. Hello, friends. Good to see you, Pumpkin Owl. Welcome to the chat as well. Pumpkin Owl says DCA all the day. That's true. We got DHEX as well. Hey, everybody. Good to see DHEX. Welcome to the chat. And Stressful Struggles in the house. Hey, bro, I'm buying liquid loans. Probably the bottom. Glad to be a part of history. Hey, you might be right about that, Stressful Struggle. It's definitely on my pickup list. So it may be a very, very good idea on that pullback. So, and we had the early whale sellout. And we're going to talk about liquid loans later on. So stay tuned. I got one comment to make about liquid loans. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to get into the stock market first, of course. And then we're going to get into everything. We're coming to crypto markets. We're going to have a lot of updates around that. Then we're going to get into Pulsechain, full update on that. And of course, we're going to talk about PUSD Algo stablecoin and stability miner. That's going to be the fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain. We've got some good news out of there for that, so stay tuned. And of course, we're going to wrap up with the project updates and then the Hex daily stats. Of course, we love to get paid up from our Hex miners every day, regardless of what's happening in the market there. So let's get into it. Let's without further ado, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell if you're on Hex Token YouTube. Superman Crypto or Pulsechain YouTube. We're streaming over to 10,500 subscribers on 3 channels. We've got 1,230 plus members in our Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, the link's in the video description. The best community, the best information are really amazing. So get in on that. All right, let's do it. Let's get into stock market. Stock market here at the moment. Dow ends lower on tech weaknesses as rising treasury yields. As you guys know, last week we had a really good month and week last week for the stock market. So just down a little bit today. But crypto's not. Crypto is up and up to the right. Dow Jones here is down 1/10%, 41 points to 36,200. Then S&P 500 down 0.5% to 25 points to 4,569. And the Nasdaq there is up 8 tenths of a percent, 120 points to 14,185. And of course the risk, it's risk off basically on the stock market. So the volatility index is up 3.5%, and the US dollar is up as well. Typically those go up when you've got a risk off event happening. So that's pretty much where that is. Looking at commodities, West Texas and Brent oil are pretty much flat today, $73 and $78 respectively. Gold, which has been on a really good run too, like a Bitcoin, is pretty much flat today though, up $1, and that's at $2,049. And silver there just pretty much flat at $24.87, which has also had a good run recently. Now let's go straight to the Fed update because we've got our final meeting, if you guys remember, of the Fed rate monitor. So let's go to that. Did it come up? No, did it come up? Let me try it one more time. And let's go. Okay, we've got 1 week and 1 day and 18 hours to go until the Federal Reserve has its final meeting for the year. we're expecting a no change in the federal funds rate. So in other words, staying at 5.5%. So that's coming up there. You can see that the market agrees. It is at 96% with a no change. Only 3.8% expecting a rate hike, but I don't think so. And of course, let's get into the earliest time we might have a pivot. Well, apparently the earliest time might be March. That's pretty early. I don't know if I agree with the majority there, 51%, but definitely it's possible. But definitely by May, I think May is pretty good. We've got 70, 76%, and even more, 90% expecting the market, well, not quite 90, 80% they're expecting the market to pivot by May. And I think that May is a pretty good month. May is a pretty good month there. So going pretty well. Now, the trend must continue with the inflation and all sorts of stuff, but March is great for our bull market. So pretty excited about that. Let's jump over to crypto, which is really the shining light on the hill. We've got a BTC up massively. We see how we're just jumping like $2,000 a day. That's because the market makers, the people that really want to drive up the Bitcoin and, of course, run on the BTC ETF news, pushing the market up there. So we're up at $42,000 now. We got the 40, remember? Took us a while to get over 38. Do you remember that? Took us a while to get over 38. And then, of course, 39 was kind of the break-even price for the last bull market. And then, of course, power of 40K was super psychological. And then once we did that, we're now up to over 42,000 at some stages. So we're going to check that out. Up 4.85% today. The Bitcoin dominance is also up to 52%. Ethereum is lagging behind at the moment, up 2.1% at $2,240. But really, I think once we get to 2,400, I really feel like that's the kicker for the altcoin season, getting into that stronger move. We're not quite there yet, but definitely it's teasing us there. You can see the rest of the altcoin market is up a couple of percent. So not really altcoin season, but maybe if Ethereum there does get that 2,400, maybe Ethereum's going to be a bit later. We've have got the Ethereum ETFs expected, I think, March. So maybe it's going to be a bit later, the altcoin run. So just remember that. Maybe Bitcoin's really going to be the star leading into that period. So we will see how that goes. But so far, everything is up anyway. So I guess we don't cry too much about that. Moving to Bitcoin, of course. This is the Bitcoin chart on Coinbase. We've got our macro map of all our big events. So we kept tracking this, right? So that we're not ignorant, we're informed. And at the moment, we've seen that we had our golden cross way back here. And in October and November, and we crossed over, and we've been running up that 20 EMA, that yellow line, exponential moving average there, and away we've gone. We've got terrific good news. Everything keeps lining up for us. The federal meeting there looking like a no change. We've had the US budget there pushed out into January before we have any issues with that. And the big event, of course, is the Bitcoin ETF window number 2. That is the 10th of January. That is coming up for us, folks. That's going to be pretty neat. So kind of cool on that one. So everything looking pretty good. And then, of course, in April, we've got we've got the Bitcoin halvening. That's the other bullish event, but not as bullish as the BTC ETFs. In March, of course, we've also got the Ethereum ETFs, and potentially we may have a Fed pivot in May after this. So everything lining up. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Really is cool. Let's get to some of the highlights here. We've got some news, of course, from the commentators here from CNBC. We're talking about potential $100,000, growing number of voices calling for that in 2024, being above $100,000 for Bitcoin as excitement for the Bitcoin ETF grows. And that's looking really, really exciting. We're going to go to some of the analysts, some of the top analysts that are commentating on the Bitcoin ETFs. We've got James Seyfarth here, who we've been talking about quite some time. He was talking about a 90% probability of a Bitcoin being approved by this window here in January the 10th. And that is not far away, right? So we've got, how far is that now? 37 days. 37 days of pumping Bitcoin. Is that going to happen? Wow, that's going to be so good. And, of course, there at the moment, they're just pouring in, he says. This is the latest update 1 hour ago. We have another spot, Bitcoin ETF S1 prospectus amendment tonight. This one is from BlackRock. SEC is obviously giving multiple issuers the same or very similar instructions. So cool, cool, cool. They're lining them all up, folks. They're lining them all up for that January the 10th or so approval there. So it's going to be really, really, really cool. So that's kind of neat there. This one dropped 65 minutes earlier than BlackRock. And that's another one there looking pretty good there for Bitwise Investment as well. So they also had a second S1 prospectus amendment from Bitwise Invest for their spot Bitcoin ETF. ETF conversations still happening with the SEC and potential issuers. This is confirmation of what Eric Balchunas there tweeted out earlier in the day. So looking good there with the S1 form for Bitwise. So super bullish, folks. Super bullish stuff flowing in here from the top Bitcoin ETF analysts. Pretty amazing there as well. So that's looking pretty good. But we also have Eric Balkahunas as well talking about this. Look for updated S1 filings this week, which answer around 2 comments from the SEC, which I heard were exhaustive and possibly final. But we won't see an updated 19B 4S form there from the SEC. Asked issuers to send back offline. So that's all happening offline. These probably be refilled just before approval dates. See below. Get excited. Approval dates. Pretty neat there. And of course, James Stefford there. The window is January the 5th to January the 10th. So really, it is getting exciting, folks. Where this means any potential approval orders are going to come on either Monday, the January the 8th, Tuesday, January the 9th, or Wednesday, January the 10th. Mark your calendars, people. And we have marked our calendar, looking super bullish there from Eric Balkahunas there. The big thing everyone is buzzing about is whether SEC will allow in-kind creations. Rumor has it only cash creates will be allowed in the first grouping. Many issuers are ready for both. If BlackRock wins over SEC, many will do it as in-kind as well. So we'll see what happens in that space. If not, they'll do cash just to get out. Finally, the other big unknown is whether Grayscale, and we're going to be talking about Grayscale in a second, bang, bang. And of course, we'll be allowed to convert the ETF with the first grouping. So will that happen? Will Grayscale be able to convert the ETF with the first grouping? Remember, I think they control something like 3-4% of the Bitcoin. No one really knows anything or has any info on this. That is all for now. So that was 8 hours ago. So hot off the press, folks, here on Hex Token Superman Crypto and Pulsechain YouTube. We're getting the latest and greatest. And of course, now we're going to hear from the legal analyst here as well from a Grayscale about a couple of topics, including their conversion of the ETF, and of course, their what other ETFs tokens might they invest in. So let's check this out. It's a couple of minutes long, about 3 minutes.
For sitting down with me today. We're coming up to the end of the year and we have a lot of tailwinds going into 2024. Obviously, one of the biggest catalysts for the crypto market over the last few months has been around the ETF, and you are such a key player at Grayscale in that narrative. Give me an update on, we know that you've been meeting with the SEC and hearing a lot more about their engagement with the industry. Give me an update.
Absolutely. So it's great to be here with you tonight at the Blockchain Association Policy Summit in DC. Following our lawsuit victory back in August, where a DC Circuit Court panel 3 judges agreed with our case that if the commission is okay with Bitcoin futures, then they should be treating spot Bitcoin ETFs the same. We've seen very good progress on the SEC front ourselves as well as other applicants. So right now, we're back in front of Trading and Markets. That's the division at the SEC that reviews the Form 19B4 application that would uplist our product, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, onto the New York Stock Exchange. So seeing a lot of good engagement there. Also on the corporation finance side of the SEC, who reviews disclosures, we filed something called an S3, which is what would register GBTC under the 33 Act. That's one of the other requirements in order for it to operate as an ETF. Seeing really good progress there. We filed an initial filing and have since filed an amendment to that, just updating disclosures based on comments we got from corporation finance. So a lot of good constructive engagement from the SEC. We feel really good about spot Bitcoin ETFs happening. It's a matter of when at this point, not a matter of if anymore.
So that's super bullish, right? So it's a matter of when, not if anymore. And of course, they've made a lot of progress with the Grayscale, their conversion. So that may answer some of their questions there from Balkahunas there. That maybe they might get in on that second window, or maybe they'll have to wait a bit later, maybe for the third window. We'll see how they get on. Pretty bullish though. So we've got 12 Bitcoin ETFs and 7 Ethereum ETFs at the moment running, potentially for January, and of course that March deadline for Ethereum. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Now, he was also asked a question about what other tokens that may qualify for ETFs that they're looking at the moment generally. So let's hear that too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it really does seem like, I don't know that it's fully priced in or anything, but there seems to be a lot of confidence that it is a matter of when and not if. We hear a lot about Ether ETFs now, and several funds have come out saying that they've got applications in to launch an Ether ETF when things are in place to allow that. What are the prospects as you see it for ETFs around other crypto assets like Solana, for example?
Yeah, so I think with Ethereum at this point in time, you have very similar facts and circumstances as it relates to ETFs as you do for Bitcoin. We now have CME traded Ethereum futures. That is a regulated and surveilled market for Ethereum. And that really has shown to be one of the key thresholds in order to get the commission comfortable with an ETF product. We now have ETH futures ETFs that started trading in the US. That was back in October. And actually on that very same day when that product started trading, we filed to convert our other product, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, ETHE, into a spot Ethereum ETF. The reason why we did that is because our view, like it was for Bitcoin, is that if the commission is okay with Ethereum futures, they now should be comfortable with spot Ethereum ETFs. So that is a 19B4 filing that we now have out as well, and that'll come due sometime next year.
How do you see performance changing for these derivatives-based ETFs, given that we hear so much about how superior these spot ETFs will be to, say, the Bitcoin futures or the ETF or the Ether futures ETFs? What do you see happening to activity in the derivatives-based funds later?
Yeah, I think it's a question of what product structure is better for what particular investor. There are certain those that would like to access the markets through a futures-based product, but we feel that all else equal, the spot versions of the products are really more efficient and therefore better for investors. And the reason for that is because you're holding the actual asset itself, as opposed to holding a future, which comes with additional costs like rolling month to month. Mm-hmm. With the spot version of the product, you're just holding the asset in custody, and therefore that minimizes costs and ultimately is better for the end investor.
So I think that's pretty bullish for Ethereum ETFs, for other potential ETFs coming out for other token groups as well. And of course, obviously preferring that spot ETF as custody holding, and of course, opening up to the biggest capital markets in the world. So it's going to be good times, folks. It's just going to keep maturing, going mainstream, of course, with the capital markets. And there's a trade-off with that, right? So the money comes in, you guys here at the right time, so assets are going to pump. But of course, that means more control by some of these traditional players. And of course, there's a trade-off there. All right, that is pretty much it for that. Let's get into some of the other cool things that are happening. So that is BTC looking bullish. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Of course, Ethereum is up pretty nicely as well, going up. We're up 2,240. And today, the data we just finished, we got up to 2,274. But Bitcoin, we got up to 42,400. So that's just come down a little bit there too. So just keep building and building here from Ethereum. Let's jump over to Richard Hart. Richard Hart has been commenting on Bitcoin, of course. He goes, Bitcoin, congrats on the price action. Sorry to hear Bitcoin.org has censored people in the UK from downloading Bitcoin. Learn from Pulsechain, be censorship resistance. We agree with that. So nice little update there from Richard. He's going to retweet that. Get out and retweet Richard's stuff on this. Pretty bullish. That leads us into the crossover to Pulsechain. And of course, we've got day 206 results. So we're at quadruple 0566, down almost 10%, 9.87%, which basically means you can pick up a lot more volume on Pulsechain at the moment. We're at 57% on sacrifice price. We had a pump on liquid loans. We had 2 days sort of sideways. We've got a down day today. And PulseX there is at quadruple 0152, down 10.6% at the moment. Now, PulseX is my pick at the moment because we've got Power City Earn protocol coming, the liquidity fork, which is going to be collateralizing PulseX, and that's going to be bullish directly for PulseX and indirectly bullish for Pulsechain. So that's going to be good news coming up soon. This can't be too far away. The other one, of course, is the buy and burn keeps ticking up. 582.9 billion PulseX has been bought up and burned. And folks, we are getting up there. 2.83% of public supply is bought up and burned, and we're heading towards 3%. Pretty fast rates at the moment. So that's good news. Incentive token at the moment is at 57 cents, down 16%. The ratio to Pulse, though, is at 10,000. So we're almost about to break that from the looks of it, 10,029. We've got over 18 million incentive tokens in existence with 116,000 burned through Jacob's ecosystem, which is the TRH GameFi protocol. We're waiting for TRH v4. I've got an update around TRH and all that coming up later on. So if you were out there, spamming the X social platform, we've got an update for that. We've got the price there, PHEX at the moment, just below 1 cent. So you can pick up some nice hex there too. 00963 on PHEX, down 11%. EHEX at the moment, 5400th of a penny. So that's down quite a bit from 6400th of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 1.5 cents. The biggest price that we've had recently was about a month ago, maybe 3 cents was the top of the range. We're at half of that at the moment, 1.5 cents at the moment. and really testing people's will there. But of course, you can pick up a lot more. Now, remember when you go to mine Hex, longer pays better, and what? Bigger pays better. How do you get bigger? Well, the price is down lower, and you can get more of the good stuff and to start get your CD mining, so you can get more of that bigger pays better bonus. So it's a little bit of a Blues Clues tip there as well. One PHEX will get you 170 pulse. One PHEX will get you 1.8 EHEX at the moment. That's pretty cool. So when I say PHEX and EHEX, I mean Hex on Pulsechain for PHEX, Hex on Ethereum for EHEX there. And of course, Ethereum and Pulse can be bridged both over the other side to the other chains as well. So you have a different token over there with different contract there, but same contract type, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of cool. Let's day 206. Let's have a look at the charts. We're going to get rid of the future ones coming up there, but let's have a look at the charts here. This is it. We're pretty much we were riding in the middle of the Bollinger Bands after having a very good day with Liquid Loans launch, and we're just down at the moment. So good time to opportunity to pick up. The RSI is very cool down here at 42. It's just a matter of time, folks, to trip out a number of people, and up we will go. So I don't know whether that is an ugly looking V, but we'll get Brennan on the show to talk about that on another day. Pulse at the moment is also down at the moment. So sorry, Pulsex is down at 0.15. I think there's a very nice pickup for the Power City Earn protocol. Really do, looking good. And of course, collateralizing Pulsex. We already just collateralized Pulse. Now we're going to collateralize Pulsex. That's going to be pretty cool. Get tons of Pulsex off the market and get a lot of more buy pressure for both Pulsex and Pulse out to the market there too. The RSI, no, sorry, the wrong one there. The RSI is way cool at 37. Not bad at all for a pickup and a run up there. So don't get tricked out. Don't be fooled by the pullbacks because there's this rejocketing going there with some of the whales. Yeah. So some of the whales do influence the system. Obviously, we have a lot of sacrifices and a lot of whale movements and a lot of speculators and traders out there too. So we're getting a bit more volatility there. We also have there's also competing opportunities as well. So people look at that. Now here's the incentive. Look at that. Wow, we went from 68 cents down to 56. It's pretty dramatic. Let's look at the ratio though. The ratio there went from 10,748 down to 10,024, and the all-time low at the moment from yesterday was 9,894 pulse per one incentive. And of course, the Pulsex farms are farming that out, and that's just the way it goes. Let's jump over to PHEX at the moment. PHEX there down as well. And let me just hide those stuff there. PHEX there, wrong one. Let's hide that. So we got 95 just below here. So I'm looking to pick up some of this stuff. This is looking very tasty indeed. This is Hex, of course. Let's have a look at the RSI. And the RSI here is down at 58. Now, we did have a MACD, right? A bullish cross in the MACD. That has reversed. So the bullish cross in MACD, which is typically a good sign, that actually reversed. So that was a bit of a fake out at the moment. But hey, look, PHEX is looking pretty good for a pickup. So just keep looking at the MACD there. But typically when the MACD crosses, we can get a nice little pump. It comes back down, and we got a cross, but it crossed back over, a bit of a fake out. So fake outs do happen from time to time, and that's just what's happened at this time. So once again, keep a little eye on that because that could be a nice little buy signal there, especially if we get another fake out. Remember on was it Bitcoin? I think it was. Yeah, Bitcoin. We had a golden cross, then a death cross, and then a golden cross. Remember that? That was a fake out. There was a fake out there. A double fake out. Let's do a double fake out. We got EHEX at the moment is down at 5400th of a penny, and the RSI is pretty cool too, down at 39. So keep a lookout for that. Some nice place ranges to pick up some nice Hex and Pulsex and Pulse at the moment. All right, that's pretty much it. And the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. Let's put this on the auto log. That we're down at just under 1.5 cents at the moment. Recent high has been up at just under 1.9 cents. Down at just under 1.5, the combined price of EHEX and PHEX here on investex.io. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's jump back to the validators. Validators at the moment, 50,751. So we're just off the all-time highs. We've got 1.62 trillion off the market, so about 10.8%. But of course, now we can add liquid loans to that percentage, and it is a doozy. We're going to pull it up right now. In fact, we're going to wait, but we're going to pick it up right now on liquid loans to talk about that because it is fantastic. Look at these numbers, folks. Let me refresh this page because I want to get the latest and greatest. But liquid loans numbers have been fantastic. You guys know I would love to get 5% of Pulse off the market through liquid loans in the first 6 to 8 weeks. I think that's a pretty good number. We are already up to 313 billion Pulses off the market. Whee! So that is awesome, folks. That is, remember, about 150 billion is 1% of the supply. So we were sitting at about 1.6 billion yesterday. We're now over 2% of the supply is now off the market, and that's in addition to the validators. So that is amazing stuff. So let's actually add that up just to get the exact percentage. So 313. So 313. Oh, let me calculate. It's a bit trigger happy there. 313 divided by. We've got to make sure I get the right number here. Yep, 15. And that is, 2%, over 2%, almost 2.1% is off the market there with that. So 2.1 plus the validators, plus that is 10 point, I think it's 10.8, 10.8. That is a whopping 12.9% of all Pulse is off the market at the moment and cannot be sold. It's either locked in the validators or locked in the vaults on a liquid line. So bullish, folks, bullish. And we got Power City coming on as well. Get up to pick up these things. Well, when you got whales playing, right, whales selling down, opportunity for you to pick up more volume. That's pretty much it. And DCA into the move. Kind of neat there. The other thing is that we got bullish about liquid loans is $8.94 million has been minted through the supply and stable coins. That is bullish. Now, quite a lot of it is sitting in the platform itself, 5.57 million, 62%. So that means it's not going to buy leverage, but the rest of it is free to go and buy some of their favorite stuff around Pulse. Now, obviously, we've got liquidity issues. People have been talking about that. It's been one of the criticisms of liquid loans. But it looks like that, I think, based on a comment I saw from Crypto Crazy CEO, that perhaps, and this is not financial advice, this is not officially from the team, but just based on that comment, perhaps liquidity will build up over time. One reason why you might have smaller liquidity at the beginning is to allow whales to exit and not take too much of the money with them. So just remember that there are ways of launching your liquidity without, allowing whales just to take out all the money you've just put in there and let the market move organically. It's probably a good way to do it. And then you sort of just slowly pulled up. So we'll see whether liquid loans do that. But kind of the post that I saw from Crypto Crazy kind of maybe alluded to that, but without explicitly saying it. So just remember, caution on that comment. But that's kind of what I saw there and reading into it myself. Now let's have a look at the gas prices there. At the moment, we're at 250,000 beats. So we've had super cheap gas on Pulsechain. And of course, we're super fast on Pulsechain as well. Now, this is important. It's very important. Why? Because of two reasons. One is that we can have compound protocols on Pulsechain. So you're not worried about the fees. On Ethereum, you're paying a ridiculous fees. And it's very hard to do compounding. We've seen a lot of the metaverses get crushed by Ethereum, right? Especially in the bull market. They all die. They die. But in Pulsechain, they've got a place to live and flourish. And we've got a lot of some of the most innovative devs in the ecosystem building out all of these things. So compound yield is so powerful. You can compound, and not have to worry about the fees eating your profits, right? The other one, of course, is that we have on top of that, we have a lot of the projects have ownership tokens where you share in the profits, as opposed to a lot of projects on Ethereum where a lot of the project owners like Uniswap get the money. So I think that's a really defining feature that's going to play out well in the bull market. We're 9,254 times cheaper than Ethereum, $33 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment, and the bull market's just starting to ramp up. We're 23,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And of course, Richard Hart was talking about that in his post, $5.85 to send a Bitcoin at the moment. So Pulsechain is a great place to do business and tell your friends. That's pretty much it. That is day 206. Let's move over to some of the other cool stuff. We're going to get into the PRC20s. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat and see who else has jumped in here. We got Stressful Struggle on picking up loan token. Oh, yeah. We will look at the liquid loans price a bit later. Sandy Beach has many liquidations in liquid loans, so we've been paid pretty good handsomely for that. Obviously, with the price going up and then going down a couple of days later. And a lot of people have taken a lot of risk on there. I'm not sure whether they understood what they were doing. But yeah, you got to use prudent financial management if you're going to take risk. Sometimes if you want to have a higher risk position on liquid loans, for example, you should DCA in it so that you can see what's happening to the market price. But yeah, just a food for thought there. Yeah, if you haven't joined our Discord, definitely join up. That's the link in the chat. And definitely smash up the likes as well, says Brian, our community leader, doing an amazing job as always. Social Social is probably the best thing I've ever done on Pulsechain. Nice one. Sandy and Al are making mega emissions of loan tokens. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They are loving it. They're doing pretty well there. Sandy's providing liquidity as well. And there's 150 billion loan tokens up for 42 days providing liquidity on there. So it's it seems like a pretty good return to me. Obviously subject to the loan token price, but hey, you're getting it for free, aren't you? I guess is the way to go. Pumpkin House says that I decided to just stake all my loan token. I have twice as much as I sacrificed for in just emissions. Really surprised by that. Wow, that's fantastic, Pumpkin House. Awesome. So well done to you. Hello, says Creepy Coin. Hello. Who else has jumped here? Jonah Hex is here. Good to see you, says Jonah, and good to see you. Tin Toppin as well. What's up, Hexagons? Welcome, Tin Top. And Christian says, what going is Hex having a Christmas discount sale? Yeah, it is. It's a Christmas sale. What's that? Hex Christmas sale. Hex Christmas. That's the way it goes. Pumpkin Owl says, whales and speculations will do what they do, but full-scale adoption wins the end and pulls the entire space of unheard of levels, in my opinion, says Pumpkin Owl. Absolutely. It only happens when Super goes live. It does not. Get out. Get out. Hey, look, we always like to offer discount sales here on Hex Token and Superman Crypto. So pick up all your favorite tokens. That's pretty much it. What's it? Let me look. Liquid loans is awesome, says Stressful Struggle. Super bullish on liquid loans. Yeah, we can tell. Stressful Struggle, we can tell. Pumpkin House says liquid loans has been performing well for us, providing liquidity for sure. Then staking the loan token for the future will be an earner forever. Yeah, it's definitely a behemoth there. The results out of that platform at the moment, like 2.1% of Pulse out off the market. I'm very pleased with that. Like I said, I think 5% is kind of a good target within 6 to 8 weeks. If it beats that, I'd be absolutely even over the moon. I mean, if it could get to 10%, man, that's the spectacular. That'd be, almost 11% in the validators and 10% in the liquid loans. Honestly, guys, it's really, really exciting. And of course, don't forget of the trio we're going to have with Power City Earn Protocol when it comes out with Pulsechain. Yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. And all you need then is some buyers to come in and the prices start going back the other way pretty strong. So, and we've got a bullish crypto environment as well. When all that lines up, man, it's going to be pretty amazing. So, enjoy. Pulsechain is the boss, says Pumpkin Owl. Ramon says someone should file for a Pulsechain ETF. Well, we've got the Hex Investment Trust. They're probably a good entity that could do that. Obviously, they're still trying to get their Hex one over the line, but they're saying that they're not really going to be moving on that until the SEC versus Richard Hart thing is over, and that could be some time off. Richard has not even been served. So we'll see how that goes coming up in the end of this month. We're going to be hearing more about that with the court case there, or at least the pre-court case. It's just the SEC at the moment, just running through the process of trying to serve. We'll see how they get on. What else there? That is pretty much it. Let's get back into it. We're going to talk about the PRC20 categories. This is our category number 2. And nothing's really firing there. You can see everything's down at the moment. So basically you can go shopping. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything's pretty much down. PDI, which is at quadruple 04, is down 20%. Wrap Bitcoin is at $60, down 14%. Troper is at 3/10 of a penny, down 70% there. So there's some of the leaders there. Everything is pretty much down. SHIB is down 11% at 7,600. Pepe is down at 6,600, down 12%. And those are pretty much everything is down on that category. Let's go to the meme coins, category number 3. And of course, everything's pretty much down here. Mega is at 3,200, down 9%. Axis Alive is down 11% at 2,300. Reflux there is down 5% at quadruple 9,300. HOA Hexon's address there is at 1 penny, down 10%. So those are all pretty much down. Everything is pretty much down there. Dodge down 15%. Ben down 6.6%. More token from Dravon down 11%. That is pretty much it. And Fluffy Sippers, that is down 7% there. I just want to make that one up for you guys because I know you guys like the Fluffy Sippers. Let's go to the Pulsechain projects category number 4. And let's have a look here by, we'll just keep it on the liquidity as the filter. The biggest liquidity is at the top, of course, makes most sense, doesn't it? And of course, we've got 9-inch there. We're going to talk about that separately. Everything is pretty much down. Just looking through here, Hocus Pocus is up 3.7%. So congratulations if you're in HOC because you're actually up to a couple percent. Everything else is down. Yeah, everything is down there. Texan is down. Oh, what's this one? Holy from TRH. We'll talk about that separately too. Trust Swap is 51%, but it's only got liquidity of $228. So it's a non-event. That's why I sort by liquidity. So those are the 4 main categories. Everything's pretty much down on sale. It's a Xmas Christmas for you to pick up more of the volume and, of course, get into the hot train. chain at the moment. I think we've been running at about, let me just jump over to the actual thing here. Let's have a look at the amount of volume we've got going at the moment. We've got 23 million going through the volume 24 hours. So that's not bad. It's just unfortunate it's on the sell downside. But 23 million. Yesterday we had 17 million. So, you know, that's still doing okay. So we just got to just keep spreading the word and look for the update. There's a lot of capital sitting on the sidelines. And now we have the big stable coins from liquid loans out there too. We have Coast. We have liquid loans, so that's kind of cool, as well as all the bridged and stable coins. So there's plenty of dry powder sitting on the sidelines, and I'm sure some of it will come in sooner than later to pick up all these big deals on at the moment. So that's kind of cool. Let's have a quick zoom on 9inch and see how that's going. 9inch is currently down as well. We've been watching this one because it's the fourth biggest TVL protocol now behind liquid loans, and we're going to look at liquid loans again because I forgot to talk about the TVL. It's still not taken over PHUX. PHUX is still number two. Pulsechain, of course, is number one, around, well, probably makes about down towards 150 billion or somewhere like that. We'll check that. But at the moment, on this one, everything is pretty much down. 9inch on Ethereum is up though, 1.3%, and 9inch Pulse here. Let's have a look at that. So wow, this is on sale for sure. This is still down here at 9,000 at the moment. 9,000. Let's have a look at how far down it is below SAC. I have it around about this time price, don't I? So I have it around about 42% below sacrifice now for a 9inch, which is the fourth biggest TVL on Ethereum. Now let's have a quick look at liquid loans again, because I wanted to look at the TVL on that. TVL, this is in our number 2 spot on liquid loans. So let's have a look. Did I pick up the right one there? Launch mainnet. Let me do it one more time. Launch mainnet. Engage. What the happened there? What happened? What happened, guys? What happened? All right, let's jump over here. All right, so there we are. We got $17.8 million TVL. Yay, number 3, and it's gone up from yesterday, so that's kind of good for liquid loans there. And importantly, we got almost $9 million in stable coins. That's bullish. But 62% of stuck in the valid in the staking. I'm sorry, at the moment. So that's kind of cool. Let's have a quick look at the loan token. We're here, and actually let's quick pull up 9inch as well. Since we looked at power liquid loans, let's look at 9inch. I think I'm on Pulsechain. No, I'm not. Let me look on Pulsechain channel, and we're going to enter the DEX and see where 9inch is at as well. We're just having a quick look at the top 4 TVL protocols. And having a look at how much liquidity is there. How much is in there? 10.64 million. So definitely liquid loans at 17 million is almost 80 million has taken a number 3 spot for sure. It had it yesterday as well, but that's just the way it goes. So 9inch is down at number 4 now. And of course, that means PHUX. PHUX is number 2. Let's have a look at PHUX. Well, we're looking at the big TVL projects on Pulsechain. And of course, TVL, let's have a look where it's at the moment. I think the highest has been up in the 40s, right? 45 maybe, something like that, maybe 42, 43, somewhere in there, ballpark. But here we are at 26.7. Obviously, with Pulsechain asset prices down across the board, then all the pools are down across the board, right? So that's impacted the TVL. We were over 30 million, a couple of days ago, and we were before that, a couple weeks back, over 40. But we're at 26.6 million at the moment. So question mark, will liquid loans take over PHUX, the balancer fork? Will the liquid loans, the liquidity fork, stay at number 3? But I have a feeling it's probably going to take over. Let's go to DeFi Llama and have a quick indication of what of Hex is looking like at the moment. So Pulse Hex, and we're going to check out the DEX for that. Let me just go to chains and let's pull up the old Pulsechain. I think they got the right name now, have they? Pulsechain. What happened there? I did not do anything there. What the heck? All chains. What is happening? What happened there? That is not what I did. You guys saw. I did not do that. Let's go to overview again, and let's go to all chains. Let's scroll down a bit more slowly this time, a bit more carefully. Pulsechain, and let's have a look. Well, it's indicating here that Pulsex TVL is down at 113 at the moment. PHUX is down at 21. Now, you know that's wrong, right? So we saw PHUX is actually up at 26. So this is Pulsex, probably 120, 125 is the TVL there as well. So it's kind of at the moment. So look at the 9inch TVL at 6 million. We know that that's 10.6 million. So these numbers are all off. All these numbers are off. I don't know. I think they're pulling it from Coinbase or something like that. It's just the numbers are not right at all. But hey, this is the way it goes. Let's quickly look at Fiat. Actually, Fiat's actually one of the biggest ones too. That's part of the PH universe. We'll have a quick look at that. Since we're looking at TVLs, we're binging on the TVLs at the moment. Let's have a look and see where that is at. Oh, 5.2 million. That's doing pretty well. I've been pretty happy with the amount of capital going on to Fiat. It's been over 6 million. I've seen it up there, maybe even 7 million. So at the moment, 5.2 million. Now, some things what people are doing obviously is borrowing cheap on here if they get the right asset price and putting it onto more high yield platforms. So you can try that strategy as well. Something that people do. All right, that is that on that one. Let's jump over to the TRH from and have a look at these. They're all pretty much down, except for Holy is up 4.8%. It's pretty much it on those ones. Moving to stable coins. Let's look at stable coins because we're going to talk about PUSD Algo now, and we can see that all the stable coins, how they're doing. USDL is at 98 cents, so it's below peg. How's that been doing though? Let's have a look. Below peg there, and we've got the yellow line here. This is peg. Let me pull that right across now. So that is pretty much around $1. So yeah, we're below peg here. We've come up to pegs a couple of times. I've had a gap here, so it's been pushed back up. But liquidity there, 3.8 million at the moment on the old USDL. So just below peg. Let's see how Coast is doing. Coast at the moment on here as well, 64K in liquidity. And of course, peg is the yellow line. And we're below that at the moment, quite a bit below that at the moment, 97 cents. So has to be pushed back up there. Hasn't really been sitting much around it or above it, interestingly enough, on Coast, but once again, it's always redeemable for $1 back there. And of course, the prototype, which we're talking about today, is going to be a PUSD, Pulse USD. And of course, you guys know there's the fourth stable coin coming up here, and I've been talking about it a lot. We talked about it with Jacob the other day, and at the moment, we're at 99.68 cents. Now, this is a prototype, but it is running live on Pulsechain. When PUSD Algo does go live, this will be swapped over for the live, protocol version rather than the prototype. And but look at this thing looking pretty good on the bottom there, really, really nice there. And as Archie pointed out, they'll be doing testing on this, so you may see some removal of bots or something like that, and it'll go up and down. But this has actually performed really well, close to pretty much $1 most of the time, plus or minus 2 cents. So looking pretty good, which leads us into, you guessed it, Algo. Now, if you guys haven't participated in this, it's really, really cool. This is going to be the fourth stablecoin, PUSD, which has got a fantastic brand name. Now, here's the kicker for this, right? It is relatively lowly capitalized. What does that mean? In other words, the amount of capital that's in it, the upside potential is humongous, right? If you have a really big capital raise, maybe like liquid loans, you got a lot of participants, a lot of tokens out there, right? Even with the bonding curve over 2 years. But here, the capitalization is relatively low, and so the potential upside is way, way, way higher. So I'm excited about this. The other cool thing, it's going to be using some new tokenomics and new technology in terms of stability miners, and you get to participate as stability miners with your liquidity, which is going to be pretty bullish on this too, to help keep that PUSD pegged here when it goes live, when we have the live protocol version. This is going to be amazing. So we're really looking forward to that. The other thing, of course, there's going to be 4 tokens. There's going to be PUSD, which is a stable coin. You'll be able to mint that with Algo token. So Algo is going to be the main token there. And of course, this is going to be pretty cool. So obviously, you guys have heard of Terra Luna and of course UST, which went down the Googler. But this has got new technology to make sure that the algorithmic stays to $1. And you can see that currently being tested on the network there on Pulsechain live, and it looks pretty good. So going pretty well. And of course, you get to participate. So if you got a low capital raise on this and potential upside, now this is more speculative than a lot of other stuff, but if you've got that potential upside, it could be really mega huge, and getting it on a passive income winner like this could be pretty awesome. So at the moment, you could take Algo, mint PUSD when it goes live. This is just a prototype, a mock-up at the moment, but the actual stablecoin is being tested on live on Pulsechain. And of course, you can provide liquidity and of course become part of a stability miner. You lock your tokens away. There's going to be different tokens they're going to accept. We'll see what the final ones are there at the time. And of course, you're going to get some rewards. There are 4 tokens, of course, Algo. There is PUSD, that is the main coin and the stable coin. And then there's going to be a WPUSD, which is going to be kind of like the stake version. And then, of course, there's going to be Flex, which is kind of like the incentive there as well. There's going to be a V3 DEX. There's going to be a buy and burn. There's going to be pretty much earning from the trading dividends there. It's going to be in bot profits, so it's going to be really, really cool. Looking forward to it. And of course, got lots of cool things you'll be able to earn. You'll be able to stake. It's going to be pretty neat there as well. So looking good. Now, Sacrifice is open at the moment. We're on day 11. We just hit day 11. I have been putting this out on socials every day so people don't miss out. And of course, if you use the referral code in the chat there, in the video description, it is a 19% bonus. It's pretty much almost as high as you can get. 20% is the highest, but not many people have those. So 90% is pretty close to that and looking good. We're day 11 in the first 15 days. So there are two bonuses, the referral bonus, and the link's in the video description for that. That's 90%. The second one is if you do over $1,000, you qualify for the big X bonus as well. So there's two bonuses, the referral one, which anybody can get, and that's in the video description there. You can see based on this, we had a new person here, Sacrifice, and they did 14,700. This just come in today, but they didn't use any referral link. So they didn't use any referral link. They got no referral bonus for that. So don't do that. Don't be that guy. I mean, congratulations for getting them into PUSD, but you want to get the much bonuses as you can. So definitely use the referral link in the video description, 90% bonus, and you're going to get one of the very top bonuses there and get a lot more tokens from the Sacrifice process. And remember, this is relatively low capitalized versus the potential upside. So that's what you want to get, right? You want to get that big upswing there. The other thing, of course, if you do over $1,000, you will get an X bonus randomly assigned to you, and that's potentially get up to 2X multiplier here. That's a big deal. So for the first 15 days, it's 1.5 to 2X. So you don't know what it's going to be. It's a random number generator. It's going to give you a random bonus between 1.5 and 2. And so you want to get on that too. Now, obviously, if you wait for the second 15-day period, the bottom of that range goes to 1.25. So the chance of getting a higher number is lower, right? So that's why getting in earlier pays better. So that's pretty much it. So my link is pretty much near the highest of the referrals. So use that straight off. Once you do that, of course, let's look at some examples. So this person here, they used a referral link, probably 1.19. So similar to my one that I used. They sacrificed and they ended up getting a bonus of 19%. So they ended up with $4,760. Then because they did over $1,000, they got a random bonus to generate between 1.5 and 2. And they got 1.62, which is a pretty decent bonus, but not near the top of the range, but still a good bonus. And they ended up with $7,711 sacrificed in total. So see how those bonuses add up? Really big deal, right? Really big deal. And of course, when they got $7,700 with those two bonuses, they end up getting, for every dollar that they get 20 algo, which is the main coin that you use to get the PUSD stable, 200 flex tokens, which is the incentive token, and of course, 0.101 RAT PUSD. So that's the staking one there, the reward token there that you want to get. So it's pretty neat. So this person here ended up getting, which one am I looking at here? I've forgotten which one, but they ended up getting, 19. Yeah, this person here we're talking about. So they ended up, for every $7,700, for every dollar they got, they ended up getting this rate. And of course, in total, they ended up with 154,000 algo, 1.5 million flex tokens, and 77 wrapped PUSD there. So pretty awesome. Now, another example is just below that. This person got a referral code of 119, which is the same one in the video description. You can use that link to get that same rate. So I don't know whether that's let me use my link or not, but you can get the same rate, which is pretty awesome. And of course, they ended up getting a random number generated between 1.5 and 2 of 1.92. So they ended up maybe they sacrificed like 3,500. They ended up with $8,000 worth for the credit for the sacrifice, which is huge. And they ended up getting all this much, right? So they ended up 161,000 algo, 1.6 million flex, and 80,000, right? So that's super bullish. And they're going to be able to use that on the platform, right, to participate. So they're going to be able to mint PUSD stablecoins. They're going to be able to earn and stake and all that sort of stuff. It is super bullish. And here's the kicker. The kicker is that at the moment, there's 213,000 being sacrificed. That includes all the bonuses, the referral bonus and the random big X bonus. And of course, basically the actual amount sacrificed is probably something like 110,000, something like that, maybe 115. And so it's actually relatively low capitalized, which means the potential upside is huge. And of course, this stable coin and miner will be competing in the same arena as Liquid Loans, Power City, Coast, but they're all going to be useful for Pulsechain. But being in one with a low capitalization with the upside potential, that's got to be cool. And of course, you got all the latest technology with the miner bots, stability bots. They're going to keep that peg and keep earning. So it's going to be really fun to be in. So use the link in the video description, get into it, folks. Do your due diligence, of course, your own investment advice. This is not investment advice, but do your own due diligence. This is probably a bit more speculative than some others, but definitely the upside potential could be something very, very exciting to be a part of as well. So looking pretty good, and we've got bigger news out of Algo PUSD than that. We've got big news coming out that one of the most well-known hexkins who's done years of marketing, both in physical world with the Hex tours through the United States. He's done city after city after city. He knows how to communicate and promote things. He has now been also online with X Social Platform doing a lot of stuff around, I think, the Orange accounts and HOA and things like that. He really is a huge viral promoter, and he's got very good at it. Abit is now part of the team for PUSD Algo. So when you thought that getting the potential upside on this protocol is going to be amazing, and you're wondering why I've been covering it so much, is because it looks like it could really have that big upside potential that we're all looking for, that passive income and big capital upside. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, nothing is certain, but we're playing probability here. And of course, the big news is that Abit there has now become the community lead, which is fantastic. So I'm so excited about this. The one thing I really wanted was to get a public PR guy for PUSD Algo, and great news there. Together, we will bring adoption to Pulsechain and PUSD. And remember to kick it off. So this is Abit here. As you guys know, Patrick is here. Both of them are huge hexagons and Pulsechans. And of course, they've got their own projects running now with Abit. But it's great to see that. Now, Abit has a huge, huge following. He's got 15,500 followers on X Social Platform. That is a pretty significant following. And he has a lot of influence with a lot of viral followers that do a lot of viral marketing. So really bullish for PUSD. That just adds to the upside. So now you've got a low capitalization versus the potential upside. You've got that massive passive income and potential capital gain. And now you've also got a front man that knows how to do viral marketing. I think it's super bullish. So big shout out to Abit, and welcome aboard, because I'm really excited about this. And the pegging at the moment, pegging very well on this, on the prototype on Pulsechain there versus even the other amazing stablecoins. So yeah, that's what you want to get in on there. Do you want to get on the upside for a smaller capitalized output for the upside? I think it looks pretty good. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get into it, folks. And remember, there's documents at the bottom. You can click on the documents and you can get into all the tokenomic details. There's a whole ton of stuff around the project Sacrifice, and you can get into that. You can see all the dashboards there around Sacrifice, all the details in here about the Sacrifice rewards and the volume bonus. You can read more about that. There's the tokenomics. Of course, you got the four coins: PUSD, Algo, Wrap PUSD, and Flex. You can read about all the details there. Really, really, really cool. And of course, the big flow diagram there. You may have to blow this up. That's in pretty fine writing, but it's got all the different flows in the ecosystem. That's a summary of the whole stability miner process, which I think looks pretty exciting, and definitely a good chance to go for that. So, and the secret sauce, of course, is small capital versus potential big upside. That's got to be a win-win, right? And it's also part of Jacob's wider ecosystem with PulsePot, BNB Pot, with TYZZ, with TRHV4. Really is going to be pretty epic ecosystem, one of the most leading DeFi's ecosystems on Pulsechain. So, and having the stablecoin DeFi Pure, I love that combination. So very excited to see that. And now we've got an awesome front man as well, do a lot of the viral marketing. So bullish. All right, it's going to be fun. And yeah, you can learn lots more with that. We're also going to be talking about some of the other stuff coming up with Pulsechain. So let's get into that with the Pulsechain map, because this is going to be fun too. Let me just get rid of the RSI and pull in all the future things coming for Pulsechain. And of course, obviously, PUSD Algo is one of those. And let's have a look. So that is the roadmap coming up here. So yeah, we're waiting for Brista to come up. Now Brista is a Liquid Loans front end. And of course, I hope you guys are mining your Bean tokens. So this is on Brista here. So the Brista is coming up soon. So we'll let you know when that happens. We'll probably get the Magic Cup ride on the show as well, to get them to talking about their protocol. And of course, you've got extra perks there, right? It's got an automated balancer on it. It's also got Bean tokens, so you're going to earn more tokens as well. And of course, they've got their own ecosystem rolling out. They've got Stakehouse for hex pools. They got Bistro for the over-the-counter. So it'll be, as far as I know, the first over-the-counter offering on Pulsechain. And of course, they've got this front end for Liquid Loans with Barista as well. So bullish. And of course, you can jump on there and start mining on their protocol, which we've done many times here on Barista here. So that's pretty cool. You just hit that link and you'll be able to get access to that. So looking pretty bullish. Let me post the barista in there as well. Let's get into that barista. So lots of things happening, folks. Bistro, get in there. So that is from that. It's coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you do mining Bean at the moment on Pulsechain Testnet V4, which you can find the links to that in our Discord under useful links, you will be able to mine Bean, and there may be a airdrop for that. So, you know, that's what they kind of alluded to. So you can mine Bean on a testnet and actually get some real capital. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's coming up there. No, that's pretty much it. So you just have to be on Pulsechain Testnet 4 and you can play that. Now, the other thing, of course, is coming up is Tetra. We're expecting Tetra's pools, right? So Tetra here has got lots of technology too coming up. They've got the Atlas coming up. We're looking forward to that Atlas dashboard. It's going to be pretty amazing. That's going to have Web3 front end for Tetra. The dashboard allows users to manage their Tetra user account, deploy and publish automations. So we're really looking forward to that. So looking on our map here, we got potential for Barista coming up. We got the Tetra stuff coming up, potentially coming up here too. And of course, that's exciting. And where's it going here? We've also got Stratus, and I'm very excited for Stratus. Stratus has got a drag and drop, and of course, we've got these nodes and connectors, and you can set up. You don't have to be a coder on Solidity with Ethereum or Pulsechain. You can just use this front end and automate strategies just by visual drag and drops. Pretty cool. You could set limit orders and alerts and all sorts of stuff. Really, it's going to be pretty amazing with this, and this is all coming to Pulsechain. Just really great technology. It's pretty awesome, so I'm excited about that. So that is Tetra. I'll leave a link to that if you want to find out more as well. Post that. So this is all coming up, folks. Get excited. I've got to make sure I spell Tetra properly. Tetra. I don't know if is there a movie called, have you seen the movie on Tetris, the game? You should definitely check that movie out if you haven't seen that. It's pretty entertaining. Good for a Sunday yarn, and get the popcorn out and sit down and enjoy that movie. It's pretty clever. I always love those movies with the kind of larger than life success. Pretty amazing. So that's Tetra coming up at the moment. Looking pretty cool. What else are we going to do there? Let me just jump out of some of these. So Tetra's coming up. And of course, we've got Power City. Power City coming up as well. So let's pull up Power City. Power City, of course, going to be coming up. This is a juggernaut, right? Juggernaut. These are big protocols launching, and we have got multiple protocols. We've already got Portal X, which is a cross-chain, on-chain DEX, over 65 chains, which is amazing. 60 DEXs and 15,000 tokens. So Portal X is fantastic. Now, they must have made a lot of revenue, as I say. And when Power City Core launches, you're going to be able to stake your Watt token there. So if you sacrifice for that, it's going to be, I think, probably the most lucrative out of all the sacrifices at this stage, maybe apart from PUSD Algo coming up. And of course, then we've got the Earn protocol that's going to be happening for the front end. The Earn protocol for Pulsex. It's going to clarize Pulsex. It's going to give us our third stablecoin, PXDC, and it's going to be bullish for leverage buying as well. So it takes Pulsex off the market and then buys more Pulsex, and Pulse takes it off the market. That's kind of the idea there, as well as earning on the protocol itself. So lots of bullish things coming from Earn protocol. All the fees earned, of course, go into the Power City Core. So Portal X fees go into Power City Core, Earn fees go into Power City Core, all the different things go into Power City Core. Then, of course, the Amplify, they got that coming up. There's going to be a front end from Liquid Lines. Not only do we have Bistro there from Magic Upride, but we're also going to have the Amplify there from Liquid Lines to be front end as well. That's going to be really cool. We also got the Accelerator coming as well for automating DeFi protocols. I talked to you about Pulsechain being the perfect place for compounding. And of course, putting out strategies, the Accelerator is going to help with that. That's going to be bullish. And all the fees from all these protocols go into the core. So it's bullish for you if you did sacrifice or do buy Watt token and stake it in the Power City Core. And like I say, I think Portal X probably got quite a bit of money already captured. So it could be pretty lucrative here. Pux and Park, of course, is coming up as well. Market number 6 for the NFT marketplace that's going to launch. And they reckon they've got some secret source that's not been seen in the NFT marketplace, which is going to be quite a game changer. Looking forward to that on the old Pixel Park. Of course, we've also got 9M coming out with their NFT market, which will be number 7. And we'll have 7 NFT marketplaces once 9M launches theirs. So that's coming up as well. So pretty neat there on that one. Obviously, we've got Win-Win expected maybe mid-December. That was waiting for the Fetch Oracle. We've got Pulsepot, of course. And then we've got Node Token. Pulsepot, TYRH V4, and TYCZ DeFi Binance. Those are coming up. And the things about these, this is going to come up in our second interview with Jacob Ecosystem. So it's going to be pretty amazing. And the one thing I want to say is that we will have a second show later in December on that. So it's not coming up soon, but it's coming up later in December. We're queuing one up there. I have had dialogue with Jacob, and that's coming. So as soon as we have that set up, you guys will see it on the show. We'll be covering TYRH V4 update, Pulsepot, and TYZZ. That doesn't mean that any of these can't launch in that time frame. Just be careful about that. So it doesn't mean that they're going to be launching after. They could launch before. Just remember that. So we'll see how we go with the TYRH V4 and Pulsepot and TYZZ. So we're going to probably have like I say, have a second live show covering all these projects coming up, including anything else that Jacob's got. But of course, they could launch before that show. So particularly TRH V4, they could definitely launch before the show, and even questionably, maybe even Pulsepot. So, but stay tuned for that. We'll see how we get on. He's got a lot on the plate there, looking exciting. And of course, later on, we got the PSD algo, which we did cover in full today, looking very exciting. The other thing that we're coming up is Nope Token from Randy Alaski on 9-inch decks. That's going to be pretty popular. And of course, we've got 9M Pro there coming up in the second half of December as well, potentially for their OG 5555 and the airdropping there that you can get. I think 30% has been allocated to those who bought those OG NFTs. And of course, you can buy them on the market. And I think 20% of the supply has been allocated for the people who buy it on the secondary market. So that's pretty much it. Looking good. That brings us into Hex, and we're up to an hour on the live stream. Let's catch up in the chat, though, and say hello to a few more people. Let's see who else has jumped here. Let's jump back up. So there's a lot more projects than I've got on that list. There's over 180 projects launching on Pulsechain. That is just some of the bigger ones that we've got coming. So yeah, there's definitely more projects out there, a lot more. Right, who's back in here in the chat? Let me look here, just jump through all those comments. We're up to Ramon. Hey, Ramon, yeah, like I think I got up to that with the Hex Investment Trust. It's probably the most likely candidate, but you never know if a third party will do it. We'll see. Who else is in here? Jump through those comments. Humberto says, with today's Pulse price, you put up 150% on liquid loans, which you'll be safe. Take money you borrowed and buy more Pulse. That's true. You could do that too. With the upcoming pump, you pay back the price and loan quick, and now you have a bigger bag. That's true. Well said there, Humberto. What else we got going there? Jump through all those comments. Who else has jumped in here? We got Feel My Pulse. Hey, Feel My Pulse. The link to the PUSD algo is in the video description right at the top there. So if you want to get there, that it is right there. I think I've got that. Let me just drop it here if you want to get hold of that. But that is in the top of the video description for PUSD algo. PUSD algo. And let me just type that on here. Bam, bam, bam. All right, bam, there we go. All right, so there it is there. I'll put that actually to the top of the channel. Bam, there we go. Now on Superman Crypto, you'll have to go to the top of the video description. I haven't got that window open at the moment, so check that out. All right, who else has jumped in here? So that is the link down here. Here we go there. Oh man, I'm so far down the chat there. That is the link if you want to use that. It's in the top of the video description anyway. If you're on Pulsechain YouTube or on Superman Crypto, get in there, folks. A low capitalized, potentially big upside. It is more speculative. Just take your due diligence on it. But that is looking pretty positive at the moment from my point of view. What else we got going here? Let's see. Sandy Beach says, I heard some people don't care if they get liquidated. Really? That's not how you make money, though, is it? It's not how you make money. What else there? Hexvader and House. Hey, Hexvader, good to see you. We got Ryan Lopez in here, man, crushing it. Hey, Ryan, good to see you. Ryan G, the OG, and of course is in Africa doing some amazing stuff. If you haven't checked out Ryan Lopez's channel, I have his videos pop up. He's always in some African village meeting some people that I guess I will never meet, but he meets them, and they're incredible people. Yeah, it's a crazy stuff. I love it. Superman in the house is Ryan. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So big shout out, Ryan, as a big influence in the space, and great to see you in the chat there today, Ryan. Represent. What else we got going? Crushing on that stuff. I really do like it. Ref 10 in the house there. Hello, all good Hex wishes. Yeah, that's true. That is true. What else there? Let me jump through some of that. Go through all those comments there. Banana Junkie says, Bitcoin 40K should be 25 cents Hex. What happened, sir? I'll just be patient on that one. We've got whales in the house. I'm probably just manipulating the price. We've also got bond liquidity as well. So just take that into account there. There's probably also some protocol competition out there as well. Obviously, there's a couple of very popular protocols out there at the moment that's possibly attracting capital too. So just the way it goes sometimes in crypto. Looking forward to the Pulsepot casino. Yeah, on Pulsechain, I think that'd be really cool to see that. With a few tokenomic changes, I'd like to see some tokenomic changes on there around the incentive distribution. Apart from that, I think looking pretty good, and marketing and promotion, strategic partnerships, and Pulsepot, that'd be pretty cool too. Which project has the PLSX loans? I forget, you're talking about the EARN protocol and Power City, which we've talked about today. What else we got there? Let's jump through some of those. Some people talking about gaming in the chat. That's pretty hilarious. Andrew Reynolds in the house. Hey, Reynolds, good to see you as well. And who is out down there? Pumpkin Out says, so much money locked up in Hex, both chains. Wow, says Pumpkin Out, indeed. All right, let's get into the Hex Daily Stats because that's where we're up to now. So let's do it. Hex.com, folks, check it out. There's links in the video description as well, at the bottom of the video description, I think. But you can buy Hex and burn it for T-shares. T-shares is like your T-share miner, or they're basically for T-shares. Stands for trillions of shares. You can buy Hex, burn it for T-shares, and start mining Hex today on either Ethereum or Pulsechain. So Hex.com, check it out. If you got any questions, jump into our Discord. We do have a crypto helpline. I think it's the only one out of all the influencers with one. So definitely get in there, and we can help you out with a lot of different topics. What day are we on? We're on day 1463, and the price there for the 4th of December. We're coming up to definitely Hexmas time, or Christmas. And of course, the price there is over half a cent. We're down 8.8% today, so you can pick up a lot more Hex. That's pretty much all you can say about that when you get those opportunities. Power per T-share is 6.681, so regardless of the price, you're earning that yield every day, and of course, looking pretty good. Share rate is up 114 today, so that's a pretty decent jump. 30,884 is the share rate there. The average mine length is 7.05 years, and the APY there is 38.82%. Looking pretty good for existing T-share miners, that is. The change of T-shares on Ethereum is down 415. We've got 9,722,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on Hex. Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool with Hex in it. We have an ownership pool with T-shares, which is your T-share miner, stands for trillions of shares. And the more T-shares you get, the more the rewards you get every day. That's how simple it is. So reward pool, ownership pool with T-shares, get more T-shares, get more rewards. That's it. That's it. How do you get more T-shares? Longer pays better, bigger pays better. Get into our Discord if you want to talk about that. We are going to have some Hex sessions in our Discord coming up for beginners to advanced. So we'll have those coming up. We've got some great people to cover those. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff in there. All right, so let's jump over to lock percentage of coins. 9.37% all Hex is locked on the Ethereum side. Very low penalties today, and we have generally had low penalties on the Ethereum side for some time, except for yesterday, which is a good sign in my view. And we're at just under 65 million Hex in the payout pool. Let's have a look at the liquidity holders. We're up 13 liquidity holders, down 7 miners. We've got 119,673 miners on the old Ethereum chain. Moving to Pulsechain, day 206. The 4th of December, the price is under 1 penny, 9600th of a penny there. Definitely looking attractive for some pickups there, down 12%. Man, the volume that you can get when the price goes below a cent is amazing on the extra Hex, so it's pretty cool. Power per T-share, 6.659. That is the main number you're looking for. If you're going to get some T-shares with your Hex, then that you want to get, that's the number you're looking for. That's your reward, basically. The share rate up 96 to 30,859. Earlier pays better in Hex. That share rate keeps going up all the time. 6.83 is the average length there for the Hex mining. And of course, 37.39% is the average rate there for existing Hex miners on the old Pulse chain. Looking at the T-share rate there, down 10,300. It's a pretty big down day. We're sitting at 9,782,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on the Pulse chain. Obviously, we've got Hex on Ethereum and Hex on Pulse chain, so we're going through the Pulse chain numbers. Looking at the percentage of coins locked, we've got 9.76% of all Hex is locked on the Pulse chain side. We've got 440,000 in Hex penalties. And looking at the growth numbers, we're up 43 liquid holders on Pulse chain and up 13 miners today. So congratulations to all the new miners. We're at 124,641 miners on Pulsechain, which is about 5,000 more than on Ethereum at the moment. So super bullish. We're in the year number 5. Was it day 3 now? Day 3 for year number 5. It's amazing. So Hex is mature. And of course, here we are on day 1464 for Ethereum and day 207. There we go. This is chicken. No, I was making a mistake. But it's 207 days on the old Pulsechain. That's the way we rock and roll here as well. So pretty good. I hope you guys have enjoyed that thorough content, man. We covered just about everything. Yeah, boy, like a boy. Oh, boy. All right, that's pretty cool. There's a certain amount of madness you need in crypto, I think. A certain amount of madness. But we try to have a bit of that on the channel. What else there? We got T-shares, says Banana Junkie. Yeah, get those T-shares dirt cheap. Yeah. Well, you can see a T-share at the moment, $292 on Pulsechain, 163 on the Ethereum side. So it's pretty cheap to get T-shares at the moment. Now, if you do longer pace better, bigger pace better, you're going to get way more T-shares too, up to 200% more for 10 years if you do that. And of course, bigger pace better too, up to 10%. Given if depending on up to 150 million that you're staking. So and of course you can pick up X a lot cheaper at the moment. So those bigger pace better numbers that definitely play in as well. Thank you, Hex Token. Great streams to Sandy Beach. You're welcome. We're up to an hour and 11 minutes. So that's probably a good place to wrap up. Check my pulses. Decided to jump in at the end of the live stream. Good to see you. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the chat there as well. Let's play out some cool music on the way out. Let's do it. Let's tribute to Hex here, shall we? Let's do rapping. Let's rap today. All right, peace out, everybody. Nice to see Ryan in the house as well today. Big shout out to you, Sandy Beach, all the regulars, of course. Great to see you as well. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.